Hi guys, I am back from camp and holy smokes, it was so much harder work than I thought it was going to be. It was insane. I ended up being on specials, which for specials was gluten free, dairy free, vegetarian, and then a combo where people could like fit into all three of those lines or something like that. And so we were feeding around, just for the specials, I want to say like at least 400 people. Quite a few gluten free, quite a few dairy free. Like there was 180 of just those two, and then anywhere from like 60 to 50 of the other ones, and then like 35 combinations. So whatever that kind of total number would be. Yeah, and it changed per meal, which was really annoying as well. So yeah, I ended up working with one girl who didn't really want to be there. She was there because her boyfriend was there and he was part of a church, and she didn't let anyone know that she needed to be dairy free, and so of course she was sick most of the weekend. So she helped out on the first day but not the other 2 days. So then I had another girl help out 2 afternoons and a morning, so she was only a 4.5 hour worker instead of an 8 hour worker like me. And she was so lovely. She lives in South Auckland. She's quite young. I exchanged numbers with her. I exchanged numbers with like the person that was like kind of leading me as well. We have all done it for the first time, so it was hard because the people had been doing it for years had stepped down. So that made it quite tricky trying to do everything. So the other people that did 8 hours, so my job being on specials, I kind of got a little bit of a break in between. So I got probably about 2 hours off every day. So I pretty much worked from 8:30 to 6:30, but I got 2 hours off, an hour here and an hour there. That did include eating my lunch. So that was 2 hours including eating my lunch. So maybe two to 2.5 hours, but I included eating my lunch. So but then it was funny because the people upstairs who were like flat out cooking thousands and thousands of burgers, hot dogs, lasagna, chili canned corn, hot dogs, hamburgers, chili canned corn, lasagna. I think that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, those were the four main big meals. And then we also had chicken tenders for, I think, a lunch and rolls with salad. And I'm trying to remember all what we had. It's so hard to remember. Anyways, it was all yum. It was actually all yum. And the good thing is that I didn't really put on any weight, which was amazing because I was working so much. So for me, I had those downtimes. But then when it came to serving, it was actually like manic. Like, I mean manic. You were rushed off your feet for like the full 2 hours of serving. Like, it was actually crazy. Sometimes, majority of the times, we didn't stay in the line to serve. We got to sit down and just wait, and then like just keep our eyes out on the 4 tables that were our tables. And like whenever anything was getting low, we would like quickly jump up, grab what we needed to, and rush it to the tables. So the people that I was with were done before I was, but they actually worked 9 hour shifts, because they didn't really get breaks at all. So, and I ended up having to do dishes, which they didn't do any dishes. But down in the special tent, we did have to do dishes. We did have to clean up the kitchen. So yeah, it was across the field from where the normal kitchen was, so it was completely off site. And we had like, at times we had like a special oven that was just for the gluten free. At times we had like a special bench that was just for the gluten free and just for the like the vegan and the vegetarians. Like yeah. So overall, I really, really enjoyed it. It was a lot more work than I thought it was going to be, but it was nice to serve. I did feel bad, like the one girl that was with me that didn't really want to be there. She really wanted to go to like sessions and stuff. And I got to go to probably 2 sessions a day, or at least 1.5 sessions a day, which was nice. Majority of the full sessions I got was after hours. So it was like that 7 o'clock session. Because I was finished every day by, I want to say 6:40. I was eating my dinner by. So I got to go to that evening session. And sometimes we got to go to the morning session, which was around 10 to 11:30, because it included like announcements and announcements and stuff like that. My tent was a little bit of an issue. We got it fixed in the end, but it was like slanting. The ground was really, really dry, so it was really hard to like put your poles in. We ended up splitting a pole, which ended up cutting me at one stage. But we ended up getting it fixed, and it was a massive tent. Like, I slept in the middle and then had like probably 0.5 meter to 1 meter on either side of me. I slept on a stretcher bed, which I have put up a little video, and it was cozy and it was beautiful. I did have to make it less cozy on the 2nd and 3rd night because it got down too cold, so I had to take my sleeping bag out from under me, which was one of the layers that was comfy. I didn't sleep well. I think I got 2 nights of like 5 or 6 hours sleep, and then 2 nights of like 3 to 4 hours sleep. So needless to say, I came home yesterday. I was home by 4 o'clock. I went right to bed. I did not expect me to do this, but I went right to bed. I was probably asleep by 4:30. I woke up at 6:30 and I thought, yep, I'm going to get up because seriously, I'm not going to sleep tonight. But I got up, I went to the toilet, and I was like, I can't do this. I literally cannot do this. So I went back to bed. I woke up again at 12:30, and I was like, oh no, I'm going to be up. Went to the toilet, went back to bed, was like, I'll just see if I could sleep. Slept again. I think I woke up 2 other times, was able to do the same thing. I woke up finally this morning at 8 o'clock. So I literally had like 17 hours of sleep. That's how bad the sleep was. Mostly because we were in the wrong area. Like, we were in an area for crew, but because we were the kitchen crew and we were full-time crew, we should have actually been closer to the kitchen because it was quite quieter there. Whereas and there was no campers around that section. So we stayed, and we had campers not far down the section of us, which I might have a video up that kind of shows that as well. And we actually ended up sleeping across from a big group who like were swearing, and they were loud, and like just a bunch of really the girls I could handle at this camp, but the boys were just next level like hormonal energy, like next level. Yes, last Sunday night was the worst night. Because kids were trying to like escape and run away, and someone actually ran into my tent. I didn't say anything, but they ran into my tent. Luckily, I was in the middle of my stretcher. So when he ran into my tent on the outside, he just brought the wall down pretty close to me, but then got up right away and took off. So I didn't go out because I'm not good with confrontation, and I didn't want him like screaming at me. This was like 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, I cannot be bothered. I wasn't hurt. I don't think he was hurt, but there was some teens that had to be like rustled to the ground, because lights out was at 12 o'clock and you were supposed to be in your beds. So yeah, crazy. There was so much stuff that was going on. It was insane. The worship was next level. Wasn't exactly what I love. I did go to like a sanctuary type thing on a Sunday night, and that was better. Not as much boop 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 kind of do. So not as much high energy. The worship leaders, can't fault them. They're beautiful, but it was catered more to like festival, like band, like 20 people in the worship team, you know, the works, electric guitars, drums, which I do love, but I don't like the super like people were doing mosh pits for worship, like mosh pits, everybody going up, jumping up and down, like even the people on stage jumping up and down, like it just insane. So I didn't get as much out of it as I want. Did talk to a few people, which was cool. There was an older guy there. I'm not sure if he's from our church or another church, but I told him a little bit of my story, and he actually, I felt bad. I must have been on his heart quite a bit. So he actually gave me information for, I've never been to Nelson. Actually, I know someone who lives in Nelson. Anyways, I've never been to Nelson, but there is Wisdom Life or Life Wisdom or something like that. Anyways, a session. They hold sessions, and one of the sessions that they hold, it is over Mat Reiki, so I don't know if I can go. It's $350 for the weekend, $45 extra a night to stay there, which obviously I would need to do on site. But it's called a Big Singles Day Out, and it's just about living the single life and like discerning through relationships and just getting around with like-minded people and just having a good time. I wouldn't imagine there'd be too many guys that would go to this. I have no idea. I mean, obviously I would, like, it's just basically to get around and have people, you know, same walks of lives, just input more, because I feel like I don't have anybody here really that is single and or without kids. So most of my friends are married and have kids. I've got one friend who is single, but she's also not a Christian, and I do really feel that one thing that I feel like it was put on my heart a little bit more was to serve more. I really want to serve more. Some of it is selfish because I get a lot out of it, like I feel needed. But yeah, I want to serve more. I want to surround myself with a little bit more of a Christian foundation. Yeah, so I need to do that. Part of that is going to church, which I'm going to try to do, and I'm going to try to start that on Sunday. We'll see. It was funny because the people that I was going with, they work for Vision West, which is a really cool company that does a lot of serving for the community, and I love it. Like, they help in the kitchen. There's like stuff to do, like packing lunches and just helping the less fortunate. And I really do want to do that kind of stuff because I feel like it's so worthwhile. And I remember being recipients of that kind of stuff growing up, and how much it meant to me, and I would love to be able to do it back. But yeah, they were asking me if I would work at their early childhood center, and like, if the money was there, absolutely. I just can't do it right now with the money not being the way that it is, but I would love to be involved in a Christian workplace. And Vision West, I almost applied for a job, but because my flatmate was moving out, I can't go down to a wage of $25 an hour. You know, I need that like $35 to $44 an hour that I'm making now. So if they decided to do pay priority, then for sure. Like, they asked me, would you be a team leader or whatever? And I'm like, I guess I would if I get the right training, but you know, it's a way smaller center not sure if they do school holidays or not, but I think they would have. Just anyways, that's a side note of, there's so many, like right now I'm at the point in my life without a partner, without children, that I can just up and go whenever I want. Obviously I need finances behind me to do that, but Vision West, like, literally is literally closer than my work. It's literally right across the park. So it's not probably much closer than my work, but it is a little bit closer. Work's like a 13-minute or 13-minute fast walk. This is probably like a 10-minute fast walk. So yeah, so really enjoyed it. Met some cool people. Just was exhausted. The noise. I've only ever counseled, so I've been more involved with the youth. So to be kind of hands off was a little bit weird, and not be able to go to as many sessions was weird. I didn't love all the sessions that I went to, but it was pretty good. It was cool to see all the youth in one place. Cool to see them worshiping. Yeah. So there's now drama going on again at home, which could end up having me go home. But that's up in the air. It just depends on what happens with my brother and my niece. If things spiral, then I will probably end up going home for a little bit, because I don't want to leave my mom to have to deal with anything. And she can't. Mentally, she cannot deal with what's going on by herself. And I think there would be repercussions for my brother. I think he would get really sick. And if something was to happen to my niece, I want her to know that even though her dad is sick and possibly getting the help he needs to get, while she's not within the care or the normal housing that she is in right now, if that happens, I want to make sure that I am there and my mom is there, and we can go visit her lots, and I will just step in the role of making sure that all my brother's bills and stuff are taken care of, really, while he's getting the help that he needs, if it comes to it. I think it would be a short stint. It would be like 4 to 6 weeks, but yeah, I feel like he's about to get triggered with what has happened with the son that turned out not to be his son, and not being able to see him. I think he could be triggered if the powers that be have to take matters into their own hand in regard to my niece, because I can't really do anything, nor would they let me step in, because I don't have a job at home, and I don't have like a stable place to live at home. So I don't think that would be an option whatsoever, but I'm hoping that I could be the bridge while my brother, if my brother needs to get help. I can't imagine him not needing to get some help. I definitely think he's going to hit rock bottom if something happens with my niece. And so, yeah, I just need to support him through that. We have these guys in our family who will not see the warning signs, basically put their heads in the sand and pretend that everything's going to be fine and things are a quick fix and la-di-da-di-da. And then the powers that be have to do their thing, and they probably come down harder on decisions like that made for them, because they have not cooperated and made good decisions. Yeah, and I know I'm kind of talking into riddles, but the people that know what is going on know what's going on. And because this is a public forum, I've just been I guess more aware of that, And, what I put out there for myself is myself. So I just want to be careful of what I put out there for other people, because I haven't asked permission to be sharing any of this. This is almost like a video diary for me that I'm sharing with other people. So, anyways, I have a load of laundry on. I really need to eat something. I've just ordered groceries. I've got another load of laundry I need to put on. I've already hung out 2 loads of laundry. Made my bed, got everything ready. I just need to figure out what I'm doing for food. Probably have a coffee. Maybe some Married at First Sight Australia. I think it's the final. It might not even be on yet. I have to see. Because of it being Easter. But I need to watch those, and I'm supposed to be going to see a friend as well. So, yeah, and I've just done a massive grocery shop, so hopefully that'll see us pretty much through to when my flatmate leaves. So, yeah, anyways, that is what's going on with me. Did what I thought happened was going to happen? No. At Easter camp, but it's the same thing. Like when I went home to Canada, I felt like something massive was happening. There was a shift and something was going to happen, and it literally took 6 months for that shift to happen, for me to have something else. It might just be that I get a shift in my thinking, and it lays a foundation for something that I'm then more open to hear something 6 months down the track. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what it is. All I know is seeds get planted. And I'm at the stage in my life where I'm like, plant those seeds, blossom them, and when they grow and you tell me what I need to do, I'm going to do it. So, yeah. Anyways, talk to you later. Bye.